It's competitive and challenging to undertake a PhD, and to be accepted onto a PhD programme, it's even more challenging to get funded for it. Sometimes a student is accepted by the institution, but then they don't meet the criteria for accessing funding. Sometimes students with excellent projects who are absolutely fundable may not achieve funding because there is so little funding available.
To be a funded PhD student, there's usually a longer lead time, so you'd probably be applying to be a member of a funding scheme at least 18 months ahead of when you would start. And often your topic may need to either be a collaborative project with an institution, either another university or a non-higher education partner of the university, or it may be a very specific topic for which the university has already received funding, and then a call is made for that particular PhD, and we would interview a range of candidates and then decide which is the most suitable for the place.
In terms of the applying for the funding, I actually spent about 4 months putting that proposal together. And what I've realised is, a year and a half before I even started my PhD, I'd actually answered a lot of questions that people might spend their first year answering. So because it was funded, I definitely had a great head start when it came to commencing the PhD. I'd effectively done 4 or 5 months of it.
My funding covers my tuition fees, and then the remainder covers my maintenance. You get paid quite a reasonable amount of money to live on. If I have any costs related to my study, so if I need to do any research trips or if there's training opportunities that I need to pay for, and they should provide the money for that or can do.
I recently went to America twice for my research trips. So I went to many museums where my project worked. Part of my research trip was paid by a research grant. I also applied for external grants, so all my research trips so far have been funded.
It can be something that you can take a couple of goes at, and in fact in my own experience that was exactly what I did. I applied to an institution that was offering funding. I was accepted by the institution, and then I didn't get the funded place. So I began my studies part-time, and I applied when the next round came around in my first year, because I was still eligible in my first year to apply for funding, and I got it.
It's incredibly competitive for PhD, really competitive for funding. Obviously that's one of the amazing shifts in the last 10 years, is that there is funding for arts and humanities students through the Arts and Humanities Research Council, and that has been a godsend. It's a really marvellous time to be a PhD student now because of the funding that's available. And if one can prove that you've got a kind of subject that is really interesting and innovative, one may well be lucky.